Don't need that. Got it.
Do you need them?
Yeah, right. If you use a computerized accounting system like Sage or Xero, then the trial balance is a really important report for you. A lot of people don't use the trial balance report because it's a bit technical and it sits out the back of the software, usually labelled as a report for the accountant. But really, everyone who uses software for their bookkeeping should be checking this report. So we find it very important to check that everyone's trial balance is fully reconciled. But I'll start by explaining what a trial balance is. So the trial balance is basically a list of all of the accounts that you have filled in during the year or during a month, with all of the transactions that are going through the business. All of these are totalled into their separate accounts and listed on the trial balance. A fully reconciled trial balance is where we go through every single one of the balance sheet items and make sure that all of those totals agree to some supporting evidence or make sense to the business. So for example, you could look at trade debtors or age receivables as it's called on Xero and check that the total there matches an age receivables report, and therefore you're checking that the trial balance reflects a true amount that you think you're owed in. So it's really important to make sure these figures are right, but actually it's one of the things that's hardest to get people to engage with, to actually go through and check. If the trial balance is wrong, then when we prepare the year-end accounts, it means those accounts can also be wrong, because the key document for us is the trial balance. So making sure everything is correct enables us to make sure we get the right information and it all goes into the accounts correctly. A fully reconciled trial balance also means that you've already checked some of the data so that when it comes to us, there's less for us to find and therefore less likely for us to come back and say, oh, we've got issues in these areas that we need to look into with you. Getting the trial balance right is also important for getting your management reports correct. So not only do we use them for our year-end reports, but also they're used for your management information. So whenever you review a profit and loss report or a balance sheet report inside your software, it's using this trial balance as the key data for that report. So as we go into the Making Tax Digital system in the coming years, this is going to be vital because the Making Tax Digital is going to be taking data from this trial balance. So checking this over more regularly will be quite important. There's more detail on our website. If you search A4G Reconciled Trial Balance, then you'll see an entire list of all the things we suggest that you check before handing records over to us, but you could also use this list as a checklist before you review your management accounts. If you're unsure with anything, then by all means get in contact with us and we can have a meeting and run through all of the things on the trial balance with you and make sure that you're fully trained up and aware of what you need to do to make sure the trial balance is correct. Part of the things we try and do is to try and help you help yourself rather than becoming reliant on us going through technical jargon.